All right, I gotta figure out how to cut this freaking camera on. I don't know. Now, where do you cut it? How do you record on this thing? How do you flip the camera around?
It may be. I think it's that one, but you know what? It was so much information in like 3 days.
I don't know what to do.
Wait a minute. That red light's flashing.
Oh, we're actually recording. Oh
Idiots.
God, we're actually recording this. Hey guys, I'm just kidding. Actually, we're going to be talking about how we film while we're on the road. A lot of people want to know that. So guys, we're going to teach you this week how we're filming all of this. So, we get asked all the time how we are actually filming on the road. What type of equipment that we're using, what type of cameras that we're using. I forgot what I was supposed to say. This week, we are going to... I just went totally blank. Hey, this is what you're happening when you're trying to film on the road. Be talking about, and I just totally went off script, totally just went off. This week.
Well, we get asked all the time about how we film while we're on the road. What kind of equipment we use, what kind of cameras we have, all that kind of stuff. So today, we're going to show you what it's like to film on the road and how we use the equipment and all that kind of stuff. And we're going to show you how you can do something similar. So here we go.
I want to show you all of the great people that are actually filming this for us. We got some of the best actual filming crew that I could ever imagine. So let me flip this around and I want to show you our awesome film crew. Aren't they awesome? People do not really believe. We get asked all the time, you know, about having a film crew. We really don't have a film crew.
As we just showed you.
This is it right here.
We're the ones.
We are the only ones that is doing this filming.
Yep.
So I want to take you and I want to show you all of the cool stuff that we have, that we videotape our episodes every week with.
Yep.
So let me just kind of show you around what we're using. Right now we're actually using these DJI cameras. We have 4 of those. Sadly, camera 4 is actually broken right now, and it doesn't work. It won't flip around. So somehow or another I messed this one up. And we also have 3 of these GoPros. Okay, I want to tell you about the GoPros that we're using. So let me kind of take a little shot at this and show you what we're doing with these. So I'm gonna flip this around for you. So there's the GoPros, and we're using these to capture footage as we're driving down the road, or if Jill and I are actually talking to one another. This is just another way for us to catch some really cool footage. So those highway scenes that you see, that's what's catching them right there between that and the DJI cameras. Okay guys, just got here to the FedEx. Every week as we shoot this footage, we have to send it back to our corporate headquarters, to our videographer, and he gets the footage and then he kind of goes through it, and it makes the magic happen. So today I'm dropping this off, so let me show what we ship these things in. We just kind of ship them in these containers. So let's go inside and get it shipped. All right, guys, that is the way it's done. That's how we ship it. Okay, we had zero.
Have still. But
experience on running cameras and filming. And
what's something have you learned?
no, I just completely forgot what I was saying. We started in Utah before we left to hit the road for about 3 days. And then our videographer came out to where our first stop was for about 4 days, and then we were like cut loose. So a lot of this we've actually had to kind of learn as we have gone along.
Right.
Here are a few things that I learned. Number one is that it's the point of view. So when we're talking about a point of view, we're talking about things like this. If I'm showing you something, that's my point of view of me holding the camera. Second is that we have to think this through. It takes a while to kind of like, hey, we're going to do this shot, we're going to do this shot before we actually film it. And so it's kind of like thinking through that process of what that looks like.
Some of the things that I'm learning and have learned and still learning is that you have to have so many different angle shots. I'll fix one right now because my head's not as big. You have to have different angles. You can't set the camera down in one spot and just set it there. It has to be different. Side, forward, other side. And then probably another thing I've learned is, what's that thing? It was something I thought of. I forgot. What was that third thing?
Keep it going.
Well, anyway, so, shoot. Another thing I'm learning is that really scenes don't need to be, over 30 seconds. If they're 2 minutes or long,
this one.
if they're over 2 minutes, it gets boring. So that's kind of some things I'm learning and still learning.
I forgot something. Hey, if us old folks right here can do this, all of our young people can do this. Hey, if you're looking to brand your company, this is the way to do it. And if you want to do customer videos, if you want to get testimonials, if you wanted to use it for training, if you want to have like sales training with this, you could film like the salespeople and how they're doing their presentations. This is a good way to do it. So I forgot to tell you that, but it's right here. So Braden, add it in for me. Thanks, buddy.
So, hey, for all of those that know my buddy Dimitri, I'm actually heading over to his office right now, actually, and we're going to take a few minutes and we're going to chit chat, we're going to talk, and we're going to see what he's up to and see what we can get him, some of that knowledge that's in his head, out of his head, to you guys. We're going to go check out Dimitri, go check out his office, and see what this guy's up to. All right, guys, we have arrived to Roofing Insight with Dimitri, and as you can see here, here's one of his vehicles for the storm group right here. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna check him out and see if we can find him and say hello. So let's go on in and check him out. Guess who I found? There is Dimitri. I told you I was coming to find him, and we actually located him. So Dimitri, if you don't mind, man, can you like just give us a little bit of a tour? Now, is this actually where you started out when you first started? So this is where you started, is where you are now today.
Yep.
That's cool right there. The famous whiteboards, guys. The famous whiteboards. I see them everywhere I go. Yeah. Let's go check out your studio.
Like my custom coffee table.
Oh, heck yeah, dude. That's the real deal right there.
We actually used to teach classes from here. We have over 500 companies come into Storm Group to learn. So I would do a class every month for a year, and we would have 40, 50 people attending. Like, I show them my JobNimbus, I show them QuickBooks, I show them everything I do. Like, I have the same employees for years. I mean, when you do 4 or 5 million, you're not a big player, but when people hear that your company runs itself, they're like, how do you do it? I'm like, come, I'll show you, have nothing to hide.
That's cool.
Because
so I think we ought to play a 20-question game and have a little fun with Dimitri, right? What would you say would be your favorite camera that you actually use right now?
my favorite camera is the one I have in my pocket, usually my phone. This little devices that we have 4K. I mean, like, if you have like iPhone 11, 12 or equivalent Android, whatever, I mean, you can do Hollywood movies on those cameras. So for me, it fascinates how good they are. You will never mess up audio if you're in close range to your face. So I always go for the quality of the phone.
So one of the things that we're talking about is for like the contractors, and like having a fine way to like where they can start doing some of their own recording and being able to like take footage of jobs that they're doing that they can use it for branding. Do you have any insight? Do you have anything that you would recommend? Should they use their phone? Should they have something like what I've got, my little DJI camera here? And then how could they use that to brand their company? Do you have any recommendations for that?
I think it's not what you use. I mean, you can use GoPro, you can use phones, you can use big DSLR camera. What you use does not matter. It's how you use the content really matters. Like, as a matter of fact, you can record video barely speaking on a plane, but if the message is there, if the quality of the content is there, they're gonna listen. So we live in an age where people are very selfish. If they don't get the value right there and then for them, they're not gonna watch. If you do 10-minute video, if they don't see the value, what's there for me? They're gonna scroll down. They scroll down.
That's one of the things that I've actually been learning since we've been along is the content. It's like the beginning, the middle, and the end.
Content is key.
I just wanted to come by and just take a look at a minute and just see your studio and just check it out. I always had to come by and see you, dude.
Absolutely.
And I hadn't seen you in a while. So, man, I appreciate you for letting me come by, hang out with you for a few minutes, and I'm gonna let you go back to work.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
We're out, guys.